Good afternoon, everyone. We were recently in Central Europe and we didn't spend a lot of time in Vienna. We did go and visit and we saw castles and beautiful museums and a beautiful downtown, lots of shops, and we even went to Der Prater and rode the Ferris wheel. But most people stay in Vienna. And they take these tour buses that you're seeing here over to Bratislava, and they go to the castle, and they go to the old town, and then they either go back to their ships or they go back to Vienna and go on their way. But we discovered that they were missing something. We flipped that script, and it was a great idea. So join me, Terry Dixon, for an adventure for anyone as we talk about staying in Bratislava instead. Bratislava and Vienna are about an hour apart. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Trnava too, which is only a half hour from Bratislava the other way. Now on our day trip, we got on one of these really comfortable trains. We took them all around. We took them back and forth to Vienna. We took them to Trnava. They are really great. And we went over to Vienna for the day instead of staying in Vienna and going to Bratislava for the day. We opened by running over to Stephansplatz and seeing St. Stephen's Cathedral, listening to those wonderful bells that you're hearing in the background, and going to the market that the internet claims is only there at Christmas time. We saw a lot of the downtown. We saw the stores. We saw the architecture. We went over to the Hofburg Palace. We did not go see the Lipizzaners because I'm allergic to horses, but we did go over there and see the complex and the buildings and the church. It was absolutely stunning. But as you can see, one of my concerns was that everywhere you looked, there were people. Literally everywhere you went, it was crowded. You had to stand in line for almost everything. You were crowded on the trams and the subway. It was a little bit nuts. And even over in the museums quarter, you can just see. And this was not a busy day of the year, okay? Not a busy day of the year. This was a random Thursday in May. Not the high season, not the weekend. So after we did the downtown, and we did skip the Schönbrunn, but we went out to Der Prater because you have to go for a ride on the world's oldest operating Ferris wheel. When you're in the neighborhood, you just have to do it. But there are things that concerned me about staying in Vienna. Number one, I'd been to Vienna before. I knew how crowded it was. I knew how busy it was. And another thing I knew was how expensive it was. So I decided to check out one of the lesser visited countries in Central Europe and go to Slovakia and stay in Bratislava for a lot less money. Now, no matter which way you do it, you're going to see the Bratislava Castle. It is a rebuild of a medieval castle that stood on the property. There's a lot to see there, a beautiful museum, and they have restructured parts of the palace from the times of Maria Theresa. But this is something that you're going to do whether you come on one of those tour buses and you come from a boat or another country, or you come on a tram like we did. Another place you're going to visit when you're in Bratislava for the day is Old Town. They're going to take you to certain parts of Old Town. You're going to see what you're instructed to see. It's how it works. But here's what you're not going to get. You're not going to get a wonderful boat ride on the afternoon on the Danube River up to the magnificent ruins of Devon Castle with its stunning views, amazing ruins, and absolutely great stories. You're not going to get that extra day over to Trnava with its old town and its great vibe, its wonderful cathedrals. and its walkable city walls that separate the old town from its dynamic new town directly on the other side. And what else are you not going to get if you stay in Vienna? Well, you're not going to get to stay at a fantastic apart hotel like this. Balconies outside, 2 bedrooms inside, living room, kitchen, wonderful smart TV so you can watch everything from home that you brought with you. You're probably not going to go to the only local market because it's only on Saturdays in Old Town. You're probably not going to get to stop by and see the presidential palace, which just happened to be up the street from our hotel. You're not going to get to walk the bridges across the Danube. You're not going to get to ride the trams along the waterfront. You're not going to get to probably go up to the UFO tower. If you do, you're going to stop by, go straight up, go be done, go back down and go. You're not going to get to wander the waterfront and look at the amazing old town on the other side. You're not going to get to stop in at the Urban Garden and have lunch, which is a really popular spot, but it's a local spot. You're not going to get to see some of the artwork because you're not going to be at a transportation hub where buses and trams come through. You're going to be on a tour bus that goes to a few little locations and leaves. And Bratislava is an amazing city. It's worth it to spend some time there. Not to mention, it used to be Soviet. So what does it have that Vienna doesn't have? It has Soviet history, folks. It has the old mosaics right across the street from the dynamic new fountain in Freedom Park. Most of these little things like the hidden bar, you're not going to get to eat at because that's not the part of Old Town they take you to. And you're definitely not going to spend the morning out at the local botanical garden seeing what that's like just because. But the Soviet history here. If you stay in Vienna, you're not going to the top of the Kamzik TV tower. You're not going to get these views. You're not going to see the old Soviet stuff up there. And you sure aren't going to spend any time at the park underneath it where people go skiing and camping and all kinds of stuff that live there. And you're not going to get to go up to see the Slavic War Memorial either. There's so much going on in Bratislava that we were there for 10 days and we took a couple of side trips, but we also had plenty of time to really look at this amazing town. It cost less. There was so much going on. It's totally worth it.